Yes.
Okay, so now we have to start to the other part. This is we call text-based language teaching. Okay. So my question is that what is text-based language teaching? TBLT. Depend on your opinion. Can you see these two pictures, everyone? This is my bachelor student at one university that was controlled by Singaporean uh, uh, we can say vice chancellor. He is a Singaporean, and this university also they guide all the lecturer to teach students with the 21st century. So I respond one subject that is we call Khmer cultural subjects. So this university they just let the student to perform with the real practical one. For example, this is I give one project to the student. They just perform Tum Tiu story, our Khmer story Tum Tiu. So the student have to perform during his or her perform. They have to speak English all the time. Okay, we do not use Khmer. So the student they can perform very well like the expert, and they also wear any our Khmer traditional trash during their time as well. So linked to our text-based language teaching. So what is that?
Professor or teacher,
Please.
I would like to share a little bit.
Yes, please.
From what I understand, task-based language teaching it uh, conducted in the real and authentic process
Yeah.
on a target language that you want to uh, facilitate. For example, we have how to use that real authentic process learning with language.
Yeah.
Teacher need to design based on the context that you want to achieve, and uh, student in the group have to perform like have to conduct their own real observation and to present to the group or to the teacher.
Yeah.
So what they find out, for example, if they do the survey for five people, and then they can what they can see from their observation or their survey, uh, it can be short or depending on their time frame. So what they find out, and then they can present to the group and to the teacher, so with their own language and uh, let's say English to the teacher and the classroom as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. What's your name? I cannot see your name. What's your name?
But
Okay, sorry. Yes, sorry, very sorry. Yes, thank you, sorry. Very good sharing. So anybody want to share what is TBLT? South here? I want to hear your voice.
Do you hear me, teacher?
I hear you, but a little bit voice. Can you
Why,
increase your voice?
why a little bit? I just said simple way.
Okay, so please. So now I can hear.
Teacher, do you want me to answer this question?
Yes, of course.
What is TBLT?
Yes, it stands for best. It stands for task-based language teaching here. it stands for this word.
That's very honestly, teacher, I don't know.
Okay. And how about Petra? Yeah.
I love to teacher.
You don't know too?
Teacher, I
Yeah.
just check in Wikipedia.
Okay, so what is Wikipedia said?
In Wikipedia, it written like TBLT, focus on the use of authentic language to complete meaningful tasks in the target language.
Yeah.
It's not my answer, teacher.
So can you explain by using your own points of view, please? After you read from the Wikipedia,
Mm-hmm.
so can you share by your own? Okay. So how about Heidi? What is TBLT? Heidi, are you here? Okay, and then move to
Yes, teacher, I'm here.
yes, please, Heidi, please.
Task-based learning, based on my understanding, I think that it is the approach that a teacher used to teach students through the tasks we assign them to do, such as role play. Teacher,
Yeah.
that's all for me.
That's all.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you, Shadi, for your sharing. Okay, so now look at here. This is the definition of the word task-based language teaching, TBLT. And also we know that TBI means task-based instruction. So when we talk about this one, we refer to an approach to language instruction that focus on the use of meaningful tasks as the central components of language learning. So it means that whenever you assign the task, it is also suitable to the student learned in his or her lesson. And one more thing, whenever you just go through TBLT, they also push students to learn any test, any languages that is inspired to the student ability as well. So when we talk about this one, look at the example. For example, when you give students to make any short video, especially for the educated video, so the student can learn too much about this one. They have to think, they have to find any components that is suitable to his or her learning. And one more thing, a role play test. Whenever you give them with the role play, you have to give them the meaningful test for the student. You have to guide them in detail how to find any any components to support the role play test. Okay, and we can raise many examples like creative tests. Creative tests. So you can explain them to write any short story or long story or tell story depend on you show any cast or any picture to them. For example, if I just give you to look at this picture, so I want you to describe okay, this picture by using your paragraph or essay, any one you like. Okay, so when I assign the tag for you like this, so it means that you can look through this video and find some things from that video or that picture that you can see directly. So this is we call text-based language teaching. Okay, mean totally we just give the test to the student to find any components, or they have to search, they have to think through the test. You get it? You get it what I mean? Hello? Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, that's the lecturer. Yeah, thank you so much for your explaining on TBLT. Yeah, thank you.
Mean whenever you teach, you have to give the tag. The tag, so you have to assign and you have to give to your student in detail about this one. For example, if you want your student to debate, the first topic is for the positive and the second topic is the negative point. So when you do like this, you have to explain them through your tag related to debate. So how can you say for the positive and how can you say for the negative point? So this is the kinds of the tag-based language teaching as well. We can write so many examples to support this point. Get it? Okay, so number 6, text-based instruction. When we focus about text-based instruction, we also refer to any passages that we can use for his or her reading. So my question is that what is TBI? What is TBI, everyone? So when we talk about TBI, it involves teaching reading through exposure to many different types of text. It means that you have to teach your students so many different types of the text. Some text they just show you in short story, in folktale, or in paragraph or the essay, in order to be able with the student ability. Okay, so this is we call TBI, text-based instruction. Actually, in here there are 2 levels of learning through TBI. So the first one we focus on mastering many types of text, and the second one we focus on learning content through text. So we will go through and go through in detail about these 2 kinds of level of learning through the TBI. So the first one, when we talk about mastering many types of text, it involves the ability that we can develop students to read about the text or the various types of the format of the text. For example, novel. You know the word novel, right? Short story or poetry, etc. So this is the kinds of the text that we can use many technical words or terminology. But the student, if they are high ability or it is he is able to understand the various types and format of this text, so the student can use mastering many types of the text. So we involve this we can say we have to improve or develop the student ability in order to read or understand type of this kind of the text. Okay, and number 2 is number 2, not number 1. Okay, learning content through text. When we talk about learning content through text, we use the text as the medium, okay, in order to get the student understand with his or her knowledge or the skill in various subjects, especially for those subjects which suitable to the student ability. For example, like the text in the science. So whenever we teach them about the science, we can give them the text as the medium ability for the student, like history, like mathematics, and so on. Okay, so this is the two kinds of the text-based instruction. Okay, any question for these two kinds, everyone? Okay, I just give this picture to link with our lesson today related to text-based instruction. Before the student can perform our Khmer traditional dance, we call trot and tum tiêu. This is we can say our traditional story as well. The student try to read, try to understand the situation among of the story or among of our culture. And after they get anything from the text, they have to perform by following the text. You get it? Hello? Any question? Why are you silent?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, listener. So,
We got it,
I'm
teacher.
sorry, listener.
Hold on, please.
Yeah. Okay, listener, could you explain again on TBLT and TBI? What is the difference this task, listener? I'm not clear on this one. I want you
TBI?
to compare what. Yeah, TBI and one more TBLT, right, listener?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not sure about the difference between them.
You have to know the concept of TBLT. TBLT,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
focus on, we teach students through the task. Okay? Mean you assign any tag for the student by giving the clear instruction to the student. For example, I teach you about the cultural, for example, or the real example like TESOL. So TESOL, I just give you to read one text and do the assignment of the topic related to the TESOL. So you try to read, and then you have to organize the slide, you have to prepare your slide, you have to quote some keyword in order to make your presentation. You got it what I mean? So this is the kind of text-based language teaching as well. You get it what I mean?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
get it.
Like
Listener.
I give you the presentation through the topics that I give to each group. So this is the kind of text-based language teaching as well. You get it? We can write so many examples to support this TBLT. Mean we teach
Honorable.
the student through the text. Okay? And for TBI, we refer to the text or the passage. Mean we have to get students through reading in many different types of the text or passage. For example, like text is related to the novel, related to story, text related to subjects, related to any purposes. Okay, but in here I just rest only two level of learning through the TBI. When we talk about mastering many types of text, we refer to the highest ability of the text, especially for those passage or the text through the novel, short story, or poetry, and etc. So the student try their ability to adapt with the text. Okay, and the student also, whenever they try their ability to adapt with the text, the student try to understand more about the format of the text, how they can use the word, eh? With the exposure in each situation or activity. For the example, like tum tiêu. So the student try to read, and during their reading, so the student try to understand the situation or each word, or sometimes they can use their brain to imagine with the real situation as well. You get it? This is we call mastering. many types of text. But for the learning content through text, we refer to what you use the text as the medium. It is also the suitable for the student ability as well. We give the medium reading to the student because we want students to acquire any knowledge or skill in various subjects. Especially in number 2 learning content through text, it's suitable for the subjects. For example, like you study test show with me of the subject practical of English language teaching. So if I give you the highest percentage to read with the technical term, sometimes you don't understand, you cannot catch it. Okay? Because this situation or this activity, it is not suitable to your ability. You still read, but sometimes you don't know how to acquire the knowledge or the skill from the different subjects. You get it? I just heard some noise. Turn on your mute.
Yeah. I got it. Thank you, Lucas, for your explanation.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Yes. Okay. Any question? I have to edit it. Any question you can raise? Okay, if no question, so I have to move my slide to the next point, number 7, the lexical approaches. So when we talk about lexical, we refer to the vocabulary. Is it correct, everyone? So lexical approach here is the kind of method or approach in language teaching that emphasizes the importance of vocabulary and the words combined in phrases, collocation, rather than focus on the grammar rule. It means that this one we focus on the vocabulary, okay, rather than we use the grammar rule. You get it what I mean? Some vocabulary you can combine both vocabulary in phrase. Some vocabulary you can use as the collocation. Some vocabulary you can use with the combination words. You get it? Look at the example. Make a mistake. This is we combine 3 words together to make one phrase. Make a mistake. Okay? This is we call what? Collocation. Because mistake we just combine with the verb make, only verb make. Give up, this is the phrasal verb, right? Kick the bucket, this is the idiom, okay? You know, kick the bucket mean die, pass away. Nice to meet you, this is the expression. This is the word patterns, or we can say part of speech of the word, like the word education. This is the noun. Educate is the verb. Okay? So all of this we call lexical approach. You get it? When we talk about lexical approach, we focus on the vocabulary that we combine in many ways. Sometimes phrase, sometimes collocation, sometimes phrasal verb, sometimes expression, sometimes idiom, sometimes part of speech, yeah, and so on. You get it? You get it or not?
Yeah, Lucas, I got it.
Okay, number 8, multiple intelligence. Okay, so when we talk about multiple intelligence, we focus on the theory. You know the word theory, right? Hello?
Yeah, later on.
Yeah, mean we refer to the theory. And the theory there are so many ways that can make students learn and acquire information. You get it? Like, have you ever heard about Bloom taxonomy theory? Have you ever heard Maslow theory? Everyone?
Yeah, lecturer.
Yeah. So there are so many theory. So when we talk about theory, we just only make student or learner learn and acquire information. Look at the example. Next. The multiple intelligence include the use of words. Sometimes we use word. Sometimes we use numbers. Sometimes we use picture, music, or important of the social interaction. Introspection. You know introspection? Cáiวิจารณญาณ physical moment or sometimes being in tune with the nature ណា being in tune with the nature មានន័យយើងសម្របខ្លួនទៅជាមួយធម្មជាតិ so all of this we call multiple intelligence so look at here Bloom taxonomy in Bloom taxonomy he just create cognitive domain in 6 points whenever you teach your student to remember so this is we call recall specific fact this is the measurement low order of thinking skill you get it when the student remember this is the kind of the Bloom taxonomy that measure as the lower order thinking skill mean they just thinking by remember and it's also Bloom taxonomy is popular in order to conduct the learning objective. Get it? You get it or not? Hello? Everyone? Are you silent?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're listening.
Okay.
I'm here.
Yes, and understanding. Whenever you understanding, it means that your ability lower order thinking skill as well.
Excuse me, lecturer. Not here clearly because it is
Okay, just wait. Just wait.
it can be mute. Yeah.
Who turned on mute? I cannot see. Oh, Maniri. Okay, Venerable, please. What's your
Teacher,
question?
Sister Sohain cannot join the class.
Okay, so
She
now I
asked,
admit already.
Hello, brother. I'm here. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, teacher.
Yeah, no
you
problem.
late.
Any question? I think everyone know about Bloom taxonomy, right? Bloom taxonomy, it is very popular for the cognitive of the learners. So whenever you teach them to remember, so this is the low order thinking skill, understanding as well, applying. This is it is also a lower order thinking skill. But from analyzing, evaluating, and creating, this is high order thinking skill. Get it? And this theory also it is very popular for the learning objectives. Okay. Any question for this one? Hello, can you hear me or not?
Yeah, lecturer, I hear you. No, listening. Yeah.
Okay, if you don't have, so I move to the other slide. This is the last point. So number 9, cooperative language learning. When we talk about cooperative language learning, we refer to the pedagogical approach that emphasizes the interaction, collaboration, mutual learning as the cornerstones of the effective language acquisition. So it means that whenever you use the cooperative language learning to your student. You have to use many teaching methodology, but what you use, you have to emphasize only your interaction to your student and the student interaction between the student and the student, and you have to cooperate with them, or you have to get them to cooperate together in the whole class. Okay, for example, like when you assign the student to play any story, okay, so you have to assign them with the specific in detail, and the student make, okay, let me see now. And the student have to exchange any ideas. The student have to exchange any activity to work as their role plays. Okay. And one more thing, like group discussion. Whenever you give the topic to the student with the group discussion, so the student can work together among of their members. They can share, they can divide who respond for the writing, who respond for searching the answer, who respond for prepare a slide, for example. You get it? So there are so many examples related to cooperative language learning. So in totally, when you use this method to your student, it means that you get your student to interact together, you get your student to cooperate together, and module learning among of their members. You get it? The reason why we want like this, because we want to get the student to interact, to make a good communication, to make a good collaboration, in order to achieve with the language acquisition. You get it? Any question?
No question for this teacher.
So if no question, so in the end of our unit 4 today, so